Here's how to spot a winning trade in seconds. So you want to start with a watch list. You can have anything you want on your watch list. I've just got a pay futures watch list, but whatever it is that you have, make sure there are options available to trade on them. So you also want to have IV rank on your watch list, and you want to order everything from high to low IV rank. And once you've got everything set up the right way, it'll look something like this. Straight away, you only want to look at things to trade that have an IV rank of at least 30. Over 30 is high, over 50 is very high, and I personally like to be in the mid to high range. If you have a smaller account, you probably want to stick to things like, if you're talking about futures specifically, things like currencies or bonds, soybeans, corn. If you have a larger account, trade whatever you like. If it's equities that you're looking at as opposed to futures, then just stick to smaller underlyings if you have a smaller account, as you will only need less buying power to put those positions on. We're just going to have a look here at ZS, which is the soybean futures. It has an IV rank of 64.2, an absolute IV level of 35.6. Once you've selected your underlying, go over to where you can see a list of expiration dates for your underlying. These are option expiration dates, and you want to pick an expiration date that's between 30 and 60 days out. And you want it to be a monthly expiration date, not a weekly or quarterly. If it is a weekly or quarterly, it will be displayed here, but we've only got monthlies for this underlying. And there's an expiration date here, April 25th. That's 45 days out. So we're going to open that up. And now we are presented with the options chain. And all that's left here is to actually craft our position. Now we are going to be writing the options contracts. We're not going to be buying contracts and hoping to turn a small amount of money into a large amount of money. We're going to be writing options contracts. We're going to be the house, and we're effectively going to be short the contract. So very quickly, for anyone that doesn't know, we have calls on the left, puts on the right. We have our delta column here on the call side, our delta column here on the put side. We have our 1 and 2 standard deviation levels shown by these dotted blue lines, and we have this orange horizontal line that shows us where the price of the underlying is with respect to these strikes that are going down the middle. If you look in the top right, we have the IV, which is 20% right now for this specific expiration date, and in parentheses next to it you have the expected move for this underlying over the next 45 days, and that's also visually displayed with this vertical orange bar. So whenever you are short an options contract, you want price to stay away from that contract. So if we want price to stay away from the contract and we know what the expected move is of the underlying, then in order to get a high probability of success, we simply just need to sell contracts outside of this expected move. The further out you go, the higher your probability of profit will be, but the lower your return will be because you'll be collecting less premium. So a good mid-range or a good balance for me, in my opinion, is to be between 15 and 20 deltas. So on the call side, we're going to have a look at the delta column, and there's a 19 delta here at the 1070 strike. On the put side, there is also a 19 delta at the 970 strike. And what we've done is we've basically created a range for ourselves that we want price to stay between. Of course, on the put side, we want price to not go below 970, and on the call side, we want price to not go higher than 1070, hence our range. Now, what is the probability of making money here? So if we look in the bottom left corner, we have a pop, which is probability of profit. That's currently at 61%. So there's 61% chance of making at least 1 penny on this trade right now. That's if we hold till expiration. However, I personally get out early. I get out at 50% of max profit, and the chance of hitting 50% of max profit is shown with this P50 number here. It's not displayed for futures, it is for equities, but basically your P50 is going to be about 10 to 15% higher than your pop. So we're looking at a P50 of about 70 to 75%, so we are going to be winning most of these trades. Now, how much money do we actually make? How do we make money on this? So if we were to get filled at this mid price here, we would collect upfront $612.50 in premium. That's going to get added to our cash balance, and we keep that no matter what happens, okay? And our broker is going to require 2.4k or just over 2.4k in buying power to actually open this position. So we're going to collect 600 and we're going to use 2.4. So we're getting a nice and healthy return on our capital here for 45 days. There are underlyings. For example, we have a position on corn right now where, we only put up, say, $800 in buying power, and we collected about $400 in premium. So you just need to play around and see where you can get a good return on your money, whilst also keeping your portfolio nice and diverse. But this is basically the structure of how you can find a winning trade and then very quickly craft a position to take advantage of it. And in terms of your take profit, if you wanted to get out at 50% of max profit, it would be 50% of this number here, our max profit number. So you'd get out at, say, around $300. You can also get out earlier at, say, 25% of max profit. It would just be 25% of this number here, the max profit. But I personally wouldn't hold for more than 50% of max profit. I get out between 25 and 50, and that ensures that you always have a very high probability of success, a very, very strong win rate. And if a position does move against you, the small number of times it does move against you, you can simply just manage this position by moving the untested side, which is the side that isn't breached, closer to wherever the price currently is, collect more premium. And you can just keep doing that over and over again until, let's say, your strikes get too close together. At that point, you can just buy back both of these contracts and sell some more out of the money. That's called buying the guts and selling the wings. Okay, you do need to keep in mind how much buying power you're using on your positions, and in order to figure that out, we have created this free position sizing template that is available for everyone to use and get a copy of. The way it works is you enter at the top the size of your portfolio, so let's just say if it's 50,000, and then below that you can enter in whatever the current VIX level is. So say if it was 12.3, and then as you can see, everything's going to be calculated for you. All you need to do is just use this information to form the backbone of your portfolio. If you do have a very, very small account, then you may have to be slightly more aggressive than what's shown here. If you do have a larger account, say over $25,000, then you absolutely should not be violating these guidelines. And as long as you're sticking to everything properly, you'll be absolutely fine over the long run. Like I mentioned, the link for that is in the description. It's completely free. If you do want to learn in more detail, then again, click the same link in the description. This time, click on EDS Premium and get yourself signed up. Once you're inside, you will have access to this portfolio that I showed you a glimpse of today, where you will be able to see all of the positions that we place, how we manage risk, how we make adjustments. Everything is shown in real time. You can use that information to reverse engineer and study, or you can simply copy us. It's completely up to you. There's also a full course, so no prior knowledge is required. We're going to teach you everything from start to finish. It's a private community, so if you do get stuck at any point, then you can speak to myself directly, or you can speak with other like-minded individuals. And there's a 100% money back guarantee. So once you have been through the full course, followed some of our trades for at least 6 months, if at that point you're not profitable, then we will work with you for free until you are, or you can simply request a full refund. So it's completely risk-free. It's $9.99 a month to join. The price will be increasing soon. However, once you're in, the price is locked in for life. So you are rewarded for getting in early. And the aim of EDS Premium is to teach you the skill. We do not want to keep you dependent on us. We want to give you the skill, and once you've learned it, you can take it with you for the rest of your life. No one can ever take it from you. It's a very, very powerful thing to know and to learn, and we aim to get you to that point of being completely self-sufficient within 6 to 12 months. You are always welcome to stay and be a part of the community, but within 6 to 12 months, you'll be good to go. So with that being said, I will see you guys on the inside.